Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today I will be ranking my top 5 most disappointing movies of all time. And along with that, I'm actually going to also be ranking my top 5 most surprising movies that exceeded my expectations. Now, before I begin, I know that we probably all have those movies that we're just so excited to see that, we leave out very disappointed. And I've had a few of those in my lifetime that I'm going to be talking about in a little bit. And we've also had some movies that we do not go in with high expectations and we end up really enjoying it. And today I'm going to give you some examples of it. And because I'm doing top 5 of each, I'm going to start with the most disappointing movies so I can end on a good note. So, yeah. So coming in at number 5 for disappointing movies is Morbius. Now, I considered not including this considering it just came out this year. But this is a movie that was one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and it's one of my least favorite movies of the year. Now, it still has some good elements, like I said in my 2022 movie ranking, but at the same time, it also just has made some not so great decisions. Like some of the writing isn't great, and it just there isn't enough action. But I think this is more of a case of I just probably overestimated this movie rather than I was actually hating on it. But yes, there is still some good elements, but it is still extremely disappointing. Coming in number 5 for surprising is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now, I kind of cheated by putting, obviously, 3 movies. But this is a franchise that I wasn't the biggest fan of, but then I decided to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy during COVID, basically when COVID started, and I ended up enjoying all 3 of those. This is one of my favorite trilogies of all time. And between the 3 films, it just does a great job at developing our characters. And a lot of the action in all 3 of them are just so satisfying. Coming in at number 4 for disappointing is Solo. Now, I still really like Solo. I don't dislike it. But kind of same thing as Morbius. I went in with extremely high expectations. Now, Solo, it still has some good stuff with Lando and Han and Chewie, obviously, but it has some questions that I wasn't answering. I did not care about the relationship between him and Kira before New Hope. I was more wanting to know of his adventures, because we didn't really get enough of that. Now, like I said, this still has some good elements, and the Darth Maul cameo was really cool, but it is still a little disappointing considering it's Star Wars. But yeah. Coming in at number 4 for surprising is Captain America Civil War. Now, coming off that year of Batman vs. Superman, which, spoiler alert, it makes the list. This is a film that kind of got me back on board, and up until this point, I was probably a bigger DC fan than Marvel, but this is the film that really got me into Marvels with all the action and just what it would mean to break up, and obviously that cost him in Avengers Infinity War. But this just takes the future of the MCU really well, and it's actually grown over time. Coming in at number 3 for disappointing is Soul. Now, it still has some good elements. However, it was not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be kind of like an Inside Out 2, which Inside Out is one of my favorite Pixar movies, but this kind of erases that. And I just didn't really care a lot about the afterlife. Now, Jamie Foxx as the lead character is obviously still great in this, like Jamie Foxx is always. And the music in this was also really good, but I just, it just isn't one of the best Pixar movies. Coming in at number 3 for surprising is The Addams Project, a movie that I saw during the summer and that I did not think it would be good at all. And then I watched it and I was like, that was pretty good. And I think what made this work is showing the consequences of your actions, of Adam's father obviously building this machine, and it cost him family time, and a lot of the time travel elements in this was really good, and seeing both Adam variants was just also really good. So yes, this is a movie that was extremely special of what they did, and I hope we might get another movie like this someday. Now, coming in at number 2 for disappointing is Justice League, the theatrical cut. Oh my goodness, what did they do? Like, I was a big fan of the TV shows. Like, the TV show, Justice League TV show, was just a big part of my childhood, and seeing these characters on the big screen was mind-blowing, and, it was way too short. And Steppenwolf was a good villain in this, but after what happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League, it makes this movie look completely pointless. And I haven't watched this since Zack Snyder's Justice League came out because it's basically just a worse version. And also, anything that they did in Zack Snyder's Justice League was 1,000 times better than this. And I might still watch it to see what's worse between this or Suicide Squad. Like, last time I saw it, I actually kind of enjoyed it, but now, after Zack Snyder's Justice League came out, this might be my least favorite DCEU movie. And I still might need to just rewatch it one more time just so I can do my DCEU ranking for when Black Adam comes out, which it will be happening after Black Adam comes out, but yeah. Coming in at number 2 for surprising is the first Sonic movie. This is a movie that I thought they lost their mind because kind of like what they did with Super Mario Bros. Like, I haven't even seen it, but I heard it wasn't that good. And the fact that, like, it's a video game character, like, I didn't know how they were going to pull this off. And I did not want to see it, but my brother wanted me to see it because my brother was really excited. And I did see it with my brother, and we both really enjoyed it. And now, obviously, Sonic 2 came out, and I really enjoyed that well. And, I'm excited for Sonic 3 later on. And, like, what they were able to pull off in this was really good. And, seeing Sonic's journey was really good. So yeah, I'm excited for the future Sonic movies. But coming in at number 1 for disappointing is Batman vs. Superman, the theatrical cut. Now, the Ultimate Edition was really good. And if you saw my top 10 DC movies ranked, you would know that made the list. However, this might just be the definitive definition of a bad superhero movie. Literally, like, they kind of just crammed a little too much into its runtime, and I don't know what they were thinking for Doomsday in this. And, like, now that we saw the Ultimate Edition, now I understand it more. But just, like, some of the stuff they cut out, it's like, what the heck? Like, why? And also, Lex Luthor in this was horrible. And even though he wasn't great in the Ultimate Edition either, he was just horrible in this. And apparently, I learned that Zack Snyder did get kicked out towards the project, which probably led to why I was so disappointed. And in theaters, when I saw this in 2016, when I was just 7 years old, I debated if I was even gonna want to watch the final battle. That's how bored I was, and I've never had that terrible of a theater experience since then, but still, like, I was like so heartbroken that day. But luckily the Ultimate Edition made up for it. But coming in at number one for surprising movies is actually going to be Shazam. Yeah, this is, like, Shazam was never a character I really resonated with until I saw the movie, and now he's my favorite DC superhero. And just, this movie had so much comedy and so much heart that it's kind of hard to, like, look at any of the problems. Like, it only has, like, one minor problem in kind of, like, one of the transitionings was a bit inconsistent. However, the villain in this was great, and I hope to see him in the future of the DCEU. And this actually kind of got me back into DC movies, and Zachary Levi was like so good in this that and like this movie was just so good overall that I'm just so excited for the sequel to see now him and his siblings is all of Shazam, and the journey that Billy Batson had in this with his mom leaving him, it was extremely powerful, and it was great how they executed it. So without question, it is my number one surprising movie. Now that's my ranking. Now share your ranking down below in the comments, and I do hope to see you next time. Peace out.